We're in glorious Stratford-on-Avon today at Bigwood's sale room with Christopher Ironmonger. Christopher, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Tim.
The red team, Tom, and John, went first off with the burley ware character jug of old Winnie. There's a patriotic image for you.
It is. I mean, normally I would be saying that the sort of Churchill sort of memorabilia is a good seller and, you know, burley ware, quite collectible, etc. The unfortunate thing with this is it is cracked. If you look inside, there is a crack in the bottom.
Is there?
Which I'm afraid, will sort of put the collectors off.
Yes.
So we've estimated it at 20 to 35.
Well, they paid £70. That's a bit of a blow. Anyway, are they going to have any salvation in their silver-plated tea-urn?
Well, the problem with these is nobody really wants them as such. It's something you have to clean. It's not a functional item. We've put an estimate of 20 to 35 on that.
Oh, Lord, £100 they paid on that. £100, Christopher.
I think we'll struggle.
Oh, no. OK, what about the flat-back figures?
Quite interesting. They're catalogued as Staffordshire. It's nice to have a pair, etc.
Yes.
So I think, you know, sort of, if a collector takes a shine to them, they'll probably do better than we've said. We've estimated them at 40 to 60, but I think they could do a little bit better if we're lucky.
40 to 60. £100 paid.
Ah, well...
Well, let's just have a little tally up then.
Oh,
they
dear.
spent £270, and we have a total of the auctioneer's estimates of £80. That's the low estimate, the most depressed and lowest price the auctioneer could get. This could be a bloodbath. They definitely need their bonus buy, so let's go and have a look at it. OK, guys, John, Tom, this is the moment for the bonus buy. You spent £270, you boys, right?
Oh, yes.
And you gave 30 smackers to Tom to buy your bonus buy. Let's have a look at it, Tom.
30 smackers, hard task.
Oh dear.
What do you mean, oh dear?
Is this some kind of joke?
This is no joke whatsoever. Now look, gentlemen, you are young men at the moment. You're not interested in gardening, but at some stage you will be. Now, after a hard day's of gardening, you want to go back to your desk and you'll think, I'm a gardener. What's this yawning for?
Oh, sorry.
I'm taking out my watch and putting it there, and my coins, etc. It's an earthy watch stand. For
It's
an
tall.
earthy gentleman.
A watch stand?
Yes, it's a
It looks
watch
like an
stand.
ashtray.
No, it's a watch stand. You put your pocket watch here, and you put your coins, your cufflinks, your fob chain, etc.
How much
here.
did you pay for this?
£30 for a Victorian brass watch stand. You bought some Staffordshire goats.
Don't mess with the goats.
Easy with the goats. But who in their right mind is going to buy that?
Gardener.
Really?
And gardening is hot.
I think you're going to be struggling here,
I am
Tom,
going to be struggling with
convince
my
these
old
two.
watch stand.
I'm not impressed.
Not
gonna
impressed.
lie.
I'm not really not impressed, but
Well, is there not a question you need to put to Tom, boys?
he's just going to make a profit.
Yes, absolutely.
How much?
I can see this making sort of 40 to 60 pounds.
Really?
Yes, I think it's rather fine.
Well, Tom, I have to say, you've done a remarkably good job selling that. You have two terribly unconvinced team members here. I think it's going to be interesting, this.
gonna be
Anyway,
fun.
you boys don't have to decide right now, right? You decide after the sale of your first three items when you know where you are. But for the audience at home, let's find out what the auctioneer thinks about it. So, here we have it, Christopher. Is this going to save their bacon?
Well, it's an attractive lot. I mean, it's got nice detail.
All these sickles and agricultural
Yes,
devices,
yeah,
isn't
sort
it?
of very much the sort of working implements and the corn, etc., which is quite fun. I
Yeah.
mean, we've said 25 to 35.
Well, that's not too bad. £30 is what Thomas paid. He's hoping it makes a profit. But on the face of it, this team are going to have the most disastrous time. So that's it for the Reds. Now for something completely different with the Blues. First up for Stuart and Ben is the pretty standard, ordinary Victorian
Yeah,
flask.
it's a fairly plain piece, but nevertheless, it hasn't really got any significant damage on it. Spirit flasks tend to be quite collectible. It's perhaps a bit on the large size for most people, sort of
I don't know.
pocket. I mean, yes, good from that point of view, but just to slip in the pocket discreetly. We've said £5 to £10, could do a little better.
OK, £13 paid.
Well,
so
yeah,
that's
there could be a
neither here
profit.
nor there,
Yeah,
is it,
yeah.
really? In relation to the next item, which I have to tell you they spent £200 on, this Anglo-Indian writing slope.
Right. Well, we've estimated this at 60 to 80.
Ah.
On the face of it, I mean, it's got a lot of very beautiful workmanship in it.
It must have taken a long time to do it.
Well, I
mustn't
mean,
it?
the work that went into it, I think it took ages. I mean, it's because all the faces
encrusted.
and even the interior has got carved pieces.
Yeah.
But
I think I'm going to be able to talk you up here. Do you think it might make £100?
Yes, I think it might actually.
Might
if
make
you get
100
the
to
right
150.
person. Yeah.
So we'll stick at your estimate at 60 to 80, but really think in our heart of hearts that it might make 100 to 150.
Well, it might
But they
incur-
pay £200, so if it does really, really well, they might only lose £50.
Something like that.
That's
Tim.
the joy of bargain hunt, isn't it? And their last item is this blue glass vase. I suppose it could have been an oil lamp, could it? And it's
It
been converted?
Could have been. I mean, it was converted to electricity. We've had to strip that out because obviously it didn't comply. But someone could rewire it. But it's a bit plain, really. It lacks any decoration apart from the colour itself on the body. So I'm afraid it doesn't excite me greatly. And
Oh, dear.
we've said something of the order of 20 to 30, I would say.
20 to 30 pounds. £70 paid.
No, I don't see that at all. I'm
No, you
afraid.
don't see it at all.
No.
Right. Well, there we've had it from the horse's mouth. What they're desperately going to need is their bonus buy too. Stuart, Ben, you did incredibly well. £283 is a fantastic result. Okay, whether they were pounds that were well spent or not, we'll find out in a minute. Anyway, 17 smackers went to Mark, and he went off to buy a bonus buy. Now, Mark, where's your blue satin cloth?
Well, I don't need one, Tim, because they are very small, and this is what I bought for the £17. Well, actually, they cost me £9.
£9.
And we've got a pair of silver gilt and turquoise enamel sort of Masonic cufflinks, which I thought were rather nice for £9. Have one each.
Yeah, why not?
Good old-fashioned link.
But they're making a comeback now, Tim, and there's a lot more people wearing them
Yes.
on their shirts because they're quite fashionable. And even though they're Masonic, I think somebody will still be attracted to the turquoise blue on them. And for
Well, you
£9,
don't have to be a mason to wear
No, you
them.
don't, no.
No.
You think they'll make a profit then?
Well, I hope so. I mean, for £9, I mean, I'd hope they'd make 10.
Yeah.
And look at it, what else we bought.
I mean, very, very difficult. You only had £17, didn't you?
Yes, but I liked them actually. I thought they were quite nice. So, for £9, not bad.
Yes, I think that's got a good chance, yeah.
You think that's got a good
Yep.
chance? What about you, Ben?
Yeah, better than the flask we bought.
Well, don't predict anything. We haven't got to the auction yet. Anyway, for the viewers at home, let's find out what the auctioneer thinks about the cufflinks. Hope he's a mason. Now, Christopher, I'm going to send these over with a funny handshake. What do you think?
Well, I mean, they're just an interesting little pair of cufflinks. Obviously got the Masonic emblem on them. I would see them making somewhere between £5 and £10.
£9 paid.
Well,
Frankly, he had very little money left to go and spend, and for a pair of silver and enamel
Yeah.
cufflinks, whether
Probably.
you're a mason or not,
He's done as well as